Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, new crew members are aboard the International Space Station. Delta Airlines gambled on fuel prices and lost. Another update on AirVenture aircraft parking. Hello, I'm Christopher C. Odom. It's July 12, 2016, and this is Airborne Unlimited. NASA astronaut Kate Rubins, cosmonaut Anatoly Ivanishin of Roscosmos, and astronaut Takuya Onishi of the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency joined Expedition 48's crew members aboard the International Space Station early in the morning on July 9th. This brings the total crew count to 6. In the coming months, the crewmates are scheduled to receive multiple cargo resupply flights, delivering several tons of food, fuel, supplies, and research. Rubins, who holds a bachelor's degree in molecular biology and a doctorate in cancer biology, Ivanishin and Onishi, are all scheduled to remain aboard the station until late October. 3 of the other ISS crew members will return to Earth in September. Among the many duties and experiments scheduled to be performed by Expedition 48 crew members, they are expected to receive and install the station's first international docking adapter, which will accommodate future arrivals of U.S. commercial crew spacecraft. Scheduled for delivery on SpaceX's 9th commercial resupply mission to the station, the new docking port features built-in systems for automated docking. This report could fall under the title of "You Have to Know When to Hold 'em, Know When to Fold 'em." Delta Airlines has taken a $450 million hit on fuel contracts because the price did not rise as anticipated. CNN reports that the airline had locked in a price on fuel, a process called hedging, that was above the market price. Delta execs expected that the price would rise above that level, resulting in savings for the carrier. The rise in price was far less than Delta had gambled on, though. It's not the first time Delta has taken on a loss on fuel speculation. CNN reports that the airline lost $2.3 billion on fuel contracts as prices fell last year, and an additional $247 million in the first quarter of this year. After the break, camping with the warbirds is a possibility.
Since the early days of powered flight, pilots have struggled with landing in crosswinds. In fact, crosswinds and wind gusts cause more landing accidents than fog, thunderstorms, and icing combined. That's where the Redbird XWind SE comes in. By placing pilots in gusty crosswind conditions for extended periods of time, the XWind SE gives instructors all the time they need to teach the pilot the proper techniques for landing in crosswind conditions. For more information on Redbird XWind SE and Redbird's entire line of flight training devices, visit www.redbirdflightsimulation.com.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, our website, or podcast, just email to news-spy@aero-news.net. Over the last several weeks, we have been publishing advisories about changes in aircraft parking at Wittman Regional Airport during AirVenture because of construction in what is referred to as the North 40 parking area. If you're used to going to certain places for parking, it may look a little different this year. We already announced that a new South 40 area was established earlier this year, and other moves allowed aircraft camping and parking spaces to be created on the south side of the North 40 and adjacent to home-built camping and parking. Now, working in cooperation with the Warbirds of America, 2 lesser-used parking rows in the Warbirds area adjacent to the North 40 will be open to general aviation camping. That's pretty cool. You get to camp with the warbirds. There have also been changes to automobile parking areas that will now allow aircraft parking on property that was reserved for cars. So if you think you're being directed off the property downtown Oshkosh, don't worry. It's all been carefully planned. Every Tuesday, we look ahead at some of the more interesting events in the aviation universe. Here's this week's Aero-Calendar. The Red Bull Air Races are at it again this weekend of July 16th and 17th. The iconic chain bridge in Budapest will once again be featured in the Red Bull Air Race. As one of the most popular stops, Budapest always pulls in a monumental crowd. Hundreds of thousands of spectators will be lining the banks of the Danube as a race action takes place. It's a spectacular setting. The Rotors and Ribs fly-in, billed as the largest helicopter air show in the nation, it occurs on Friday, July 15th, and the organizers say they're going to attempt to break the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest helicopter formation flight. They'll also have pilot seminars, sky soldier static displays, and helicopter rides, an air show, and of course, lots of ribs. On July 16th and 17th, you'll find the Four Wing Cold Lake Air Show at the CFB Four Wing Cold Lake Airport in Alberta, Canada. This two-day event will feature performers and activities from across North America. This family-friendly event will showcase the talent and expertise of not only the Royal Canadian Air Force, but storied aviators and aircraft enthusiasts alike. There will also be a variety of evening entertainment activities in Cold Lake South for everyone to enjoy throughout the weekend. On July 16th, the National Warplane Museum is featuring their Cortland Air Fest in Cortland, New York. On display will be the Warplane Museum C-47, C-45, and L-16 aircraft and more. This is a fly-in or drive-in event. Warbirds on display will be offering rides, and helicopter rides will also be available. There is no admission fee or ramp parking fees, and there is a breakfast in the morning and barbecue afterwards. After these messages, Boeing and ANA produce a spectacular video.
Sandhya introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandhya.aero.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
The aviation industry is full of news, and we're summarizing a few of those other great stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. Boeing and All Nippon Airways have released the 2016 7879 Dreamliner flight demonstration video. This is the same ANA airplane scheduled to perform demonstration flights this week at the Farnborough International Air Show in the UK. It's a spectacular video. The U.S. Department of Transportation has proposed to select 8 U.S. airlines to begin scheduled flights between 10 U.S. cities and Havana as early as this fall. It's reported that a dozen U.S. airlines applied for the chance to provide the service. The FAA awarded Lockheed Martin a $344 million contract to develop and implement a new technology to improve the efficiency of departures, arrivals, and ground operations. Terminal Flight Data Manager will replace the paper flight strips that controllers currently use with an electronic system. Embraer revealed that AirSprint, a privately held fractional aircraft ownership company based in Calgary, Alberta, signed a purchase agreement for up to 12 legacy 450 jets. This agreement has an estimated value of $198 million if all options are exercised. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada released its report into the loss of control occurrence near London, Ontario, involving an ExpressJet Airlines flight. They reported that the aircraft flew through a severe thunderstorm that it could not avoid. No damage to the aircraft or injuries occurred. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Now let's get back to the rest of the news. WingX Pro7 version 865 is now available on the Apple App Store. The company says it has added some new capabilities, including TFR events, such as sports, and they even tell you who is playing. They've also included the new FAA Airman certification standards, and WingX Pro7 can now update Stratix firmware wirelessly. Another feature is that you can now be directed to a specific FBO at the airport. WingX Pro7 will drop a pin on the business's exact location right on the airport diagram. Tap on the pin and the WingX Pro7 displays all pertinent information about the business, and it even provides rental car information. If you tap on the phone number on your iPhone, WingX Pro will automatically call the business. Numerous other features are showing up with the new release, so check their website for all the details. However, we are still waiting though for the feature that will brew your morning coffee and have breakfast ready when you get up in the morning. Well, that's our program for today. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily, Monday through Friday, with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe and do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive real-time 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Keep flying. We'll see you tomorrow.